Welcome back, everybody, and if this is your first time watching, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel so I can keep you updated. Okay, so this video is going to be about brazzers. Just kidding. This video is going to be about lifting heavy weights, the truth about lifting heavy ass weights. See, I think this happens to pretty much everybody. When you first start lifting, within that first 6 months to a year, your body is transforming. Your confidence is sky high. Your posture's changing. You're looking good. You're wearing tight clothes, tight shirts. I mean, you feel good. That's just the way it goes. But as time goes on, if you want to continue making gains, you got to do the progressive overload. You got to continuously get stronger. I remember when I first started lifting weights as an adult. I'm not talking about high school. I didn't know what I was doing back then. I was just doing whatever my coaches told me. But when I started taking lifting serious in my 20s, so I was feeling pretty good the first time I put up 135 pounds. I felt really good about it. I felt, amazing the first time I put up 225 pounds on bench press, that is. And right as soon as I hit about 315, that's when things started to change. I mean, my elbows were sore all the time. My shoulders were sore. I had just like my tendons throughout where my tricep connects to my elbow. I mean, everything was just sore. I mean, I could barely move sometimes. So it was really slowing me down in the gym. And same thing with squatting. I remember when I first hit 405. Actually, I did the squat just fine, but went over and tried to do some walking lunges with 50-pound dumbbells and just felt a snap in my leg. I was limping around for about a month. So anyways, that's something that's going to happen. And your muscles can handle a lot more than you think they can handle. So your muscles aren't going to be the first thing to give out. Technically, you can continue to get stronger until you're in your 50s. I mean, you can just continuously get stronger each week. Your muscles, as long as you're eating right and you're training properly with good form and you have a good spotter who's willing to help you make those gains, you can get stronger and you can get bigger naturally. But you will hit that point where your joints, your tendons, your ligaments, they just can't handle it because they don't get that hypertrophy that your muscles get. They don't get that same stimulation that the muscles get. They're not going to grow and get stronger the same way that your muscles do. And don't listen to them guys at GNC and all these guys selling supplements. Fish oil might help a little bit, but it's not going to do much, man. I mean, it's very, very little. And this is also why a lot of guys become addicted to performance enhancers, whether it's gear, SARMs, pro hormones, because when they're taking that stuff, their joints, their tendons, their ligaments, all of that stuff is like invincible. I mean, you just feel no pain. You can go as heavy as you want and you feel no pain. So, and that's also why they become addicted when they start using it. They don't want to come off because as soon as they stop using it, they want to, their goal is to maintain gains post-cycle. But what happens is once they start lifting those heavy weights without the gear, it's too painful. They just can't handle it. So they end up dropping the weight significantly and they lose pretty much all of their gains. So, I mean, that's another tough thing to deal with. But really, if you want to stay natural and you want to continue getting stronger, you have to definitely be in a caloric surplus almost all the time. And you have to train properly. But what a lot of people won't tell you, you have to do two things. You have to rest. And I'm not talking 1 or 2 days. I would say at the very minimum, every 60 days, you should be taking a full week off from the gym. At least a full week. And number 2, you have to stretch. And so many bodybuilders out there, so many weightlifters just neglect the stretching part of it. They just think it's completely useless because it's not building them any muscle. But, I mean, if you want to continue making those gains, at a later age in life and you want to prevent yourself from becoming injured, you have to stretch. So I would say after every weightlifting session, your last 10 minutes should be spent stretching. I'm not saying you got to do like yoga or some shit like that. I'm just saying stretch. Each muscle group should be stretched properly. And with those two, as long as you're following those two steps, you're training right, you're eating correctly, you're sleeping at night, you should be able to progressively get stronger throughout life and, for the most part, avoid a lot of aches and pains. Alright guys, make sure you check out the links in the description. That's just a list of the supplements that I take regularly. They work for me. They may work for you as well. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you learned something today. And other than that, guys, I hope you get out there and you build some muscle. Subscribe to the channel.